What is going on, Nuggets Nation, NBA fans? I am Tom Leuthner. Welcome back into Nuggets today. We have some stuff to cover for you guys. The first topic I want to cover here is the fact that the Raptors are officially open to trading three players on their team. All three players' contracts are a little iffy, but those three players are RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, and the most realistic option for Denver if it were to be a trade, and that option is Jakob Poeltl. So I actually like Jakob Poeltl. I think that he's a good player. I think he's a very good center. I mean, you look at what he did this year in 57 games. He put up 15, 10, and 3. The only thing is his contract. So now if you look at what trades would look like, Denver would probably have to send out a starter, and I don't think it's the worst thing. So I know that I covered a few episodes ago that the Raptors may look into signing and trading Bruce Brown, and if that's the case and Denver wants to make a trade, then you can go out and you can talk to, obviously, the Raptors and have them trade Bruce Brown and Poeltl for Michael Porter Jr. and Zeke Naji. Now, Denver may have to throw in the 31 pick, and I know I'm not opposed to Denver keeping the starting five together if fully healthy. I really am not. But I also like exploring the trades, and that's a perfect situation for Denver. You get a backup center who's a very good center. I mean, he's a starting caliber center as a backup, or you run him and Jokic together, put Aaron Gordon at the 3, put Christian Brown at the 2, play Jamal Murray at the 1, and then you're set. You have a defensive center in the paint who can, if you need him to score, he can. He's going to grab rebounds, and now you let Jokic be a facilitating 4. Why not? I saw somebody in the comments a few episodes ago talking about how Jokic is a big body, but is not a center. He's a power forward, which I don't mind playing Jokic at the 4. If you're able to run two bigs in the Western Conference where teams are running two bigs, then go ahead and do so. Like I said, Bruce Brown's coming off the bench now. So now you have Christian Brown as your starting 2. You have your bench, Bruce Brown, Julian Strawther. If Russ comes back on that veteran minimum, like I covered last episode, then why not go ahead and do so? I think it's phenomenal. I know that losing MPJ is tough, but there's some shooters out there who you can go and get. I also think that Strawther is a great shooter. Maybe you look at the possibility of trading Christian Brown, but I don't know how I feel about that. I think that Christian Brown is good, but I also get nervous that Brown has reached his maximum potential, which is what he did this season. Do I think that he's going to be a consistent 40% three-point shooter? No, not at all. But we saw it this year that he's able to do that. So if Denver does look into moving a guy like Michael Porter Jr., I think that's a move that maybe they consider. I mean, you can probably move MPJ's contract for a guy like RJ Barrett as well, and maybe RJ Barrett and Bruce Brown, or maybe Emmanuel Quickley and Bruce Brown, but then your guard depth is too deep. So I think maybe you look into a trade like that. I don't see that as a bad option. I think, again, like I said, Poeltl's great, especially as a backup, or if you want to start him next to Jokic. And I think that Bruce Brown is what every Denver fan wants to see, what I want to see. And like I said, maybe you bring him in on the MLE if they don't re-sign him and attempt to trade him, or you look at an option like that. We're still at the point where Denver has no GM, so maybe when they get a GM, we can look into a move, which is my take, which is bringing back Bol Bol. So now I know what everybody's going to say. Oh, well, he didn't play, or there's reasons that he can't get minutes. I don't know. I think that he can get minutes, and I think that when we've seen him get minutes, he's that good. So he didn't start many games, obviously, for Phoenix, but there was a stretch in the end of February, beginning of March when he did play. And as a starter this season, according to the Phoenix Suns Reddit chat, he was averaging 19.2 points, 7 rebounds, and 2.4 blocks. If you're able to go out and get Bol Bol, and again, he's not playing much. You go look at his season stats, and they weren't insane. You look at his stats, and they don't say anything close to what he was actually doing, because there were so many games where he got in, and it was the end of the game. So, you look at the end of the season, March 30th against Houston, goes in for 9 minutes and scores 7 points on 3 for 5 shooting. His season stats were 12.4 points per game, 12.4 minutes per game, 6.8 points per game, 2.9 rebounds, 0.6 assist, 52.5 from the field. Why can Denver not use that? That's right. And again, it's crazy. But at any point, if you want to switch up the lineup, you're telling me you can't play Jokic at the 5, Bol at the 4, Aaron Gordon or MPJ at the 3, Christian Brown at the 2, and Jamal Murray at the 1. Or if you want to play a big lineup when you're going against a team like Minnesota, you can put MPJ at the 2. I know that the defense is going to be a zone, but I also don't mind a bigger lineup in there playing that zone because you cover more ground. It might be a little bit slower to get to the outside, but if you can stop guys from shooting, or maybe they're not hitting the shots, you can play a bigger lineup and you can take advantage of that. So why not go out and get Bol? Again, 7 points and 3 rebounds in 12 minutes a game is exactly what Denver needs, but I also think he could do more than that. There's a whole new management, there's a whole new coach. Maybe you just let go of what happened in the past, trading Bol, and you go into this new season with your new team, with your new management, your new coach, and you say, hey, Bol, come back. We'll play you. We'll make you a part of this rotation. We can use your offense. We can use the shot blocking. And why not sign for a cheap deal for a year or two? Maybe use the mid-level in Bol. I think it's a great signing. I really do. I think it is a fantastic signing. So maybe go out and maybe grab Bol. This next move that I want to talk about is something that I actually don't even want Denver to do. But Washington is shopping a veteran to teams that are actually competing or contending next year, and that is Marcus Smart. So according to NBA Central and HP Basketball on X, the Wizards are looking to move Smart to a contender. He only played 34 total games last season on 2 different teams. He only has 1 year left on his $76 million deal, which would cost $21.5 million this upcoming season, and supposedly they can't find a suitor for him, which I understand why. Nobody's going to, I mean, not that nobody's going to do it. There's probably going to be a team out there that needs that feel that they need him and they're going to grab him. But you look at, again, 34 total games for $21.5 million a year. Now, I bash MPJ's contract all the time. I bash Jamal Murray's contract all the time. Now, Marcus Smart was fantastic. He was amazing when he was on the Celtics. Since then, I feel like he's been non-existent. I'm not saying that he has been, but it just feels like he has been because he was so talked about when he was on a contending team, and now that he's on the Wizards, he's not talked about at all because he doesn't play, 1, and 2, he doesn't put up the same numbers that he used to. He's a hustle player, and I think he's good, but I also think that you can get that in free agency with guys like Dennis Schroeder maybe. So, like I've said in previous episodes, go out, get Dennis Schroeder, even though none of this could happen because there's no GM yet. This last person I want to talk about, though, is another guy that I would look into from the Wizards, who actually, talking about injury prone, didn't play a single game this season. But, I mean, listen, 2 years ago, he averaged 14, 7, and 2, and he's a career 40% three-point shooter, and that's Sadique Bay. Sadique Bay, I loved him as a player. I always did, since the day he got drafted. He had a career average of 14 points per game, some injury history, but he's only 26 on a 3-year, $20 million deal. Now, you're telling me Denver doesn't have a 24-year-old they could send over there? Because I think they do. His name is Zeke Naji. They have a young center in Alex Sarr, but they could also use a nice little young power forward to go over there, get some minutes. They're in the middle of a rebuild. We all know that, obviously. They're looking at trading Jordan Poole. They're looking at trading Marcus Smart. Maybe they're going to build around Chris Middleton until he gets to the 40-year-old mark. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do, but I do know that I would love Denver to send the 2031 first-round pick and Zeke Naji over to get Sadique Bay, even in hopes that Sadique Bay comes in and plays. And you know what? If he doesn't, Zeke Naji doesn't touch the court anyway, so it's not even like you're losing that much. You're losing the 31 pick. I understand that. Maybe Denver goes into a rebuild down the line in 2 years and they trade a guy like Jokic or Murray or MPJ and just get that overabundance of picks. But until then, you have this one pick to work with, and there's not going to be a blockbuster move for Denver. We all know that. We all know that there's going to be no blockbuster moves at this moment. 1, there's no GM. 2, all the speculation of them going out and getting Kevin Durant has dimmed down. There's not many players they could afford because of their salary cap at the moment. But if you're able to go get a guy like Sadique Bay, who's making $6 million this upcoming season, $7 million the year after, for Zeke Naji and a 31 pick, maybe you're going up 2 years in age, but you're also getting a guy who's actually capable of playing and getting legitimate minutes off your bench if he comes in and is healthy. And again, you can also go out and sign two minimum guys, 1 mid-level exception player. So why not go ahead and do so? that's all I got for you guys today. I will catch you guys next episode. Let me know down below if there's anybody you guys want me to cover, any specific players, GMs, assistant coaches, whatever that may be. Let me know down below. I'll talk to you guys later. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's keep rolling.